2024 All Stars is here. Right, welcome back to the channel Pro Enzo Vids, and tonight's video is my official preview for both the Indigenous All Stars side versus the Māori All Stars side, and yeah, it's my official preview for tonight. So obviously going to be going through the game and giving my prediction and the score prediction, and as well as other predictions such as try scorers, first try scorers, anytime try scorers. Going to go through the sides of both teams and go through my favourite matchup between the two players in positions, and also one player that I'm very keen to watch during this game too, that I am pretty excited to see how he does go. So yeah, enjoy the preview. Should be a easy video as well. Should be just a cruisy one, and yeah, I just hope you all will enjoy. But before I get into the full preview, if you are new to this YouTube channel, please be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. I know I've already said this, but thank you to those who got me to the goal of 3,900 subs. That was a goal for a while now, so I've finally reached that goal, and obviously it's now the road to 4K. So obviously 4K is a long way off still, but you know, we're definitely get there one day, aren't we? So yeah, yeah. But I do appreciate all the support. It's really much appreciated, and as well as commenting your predictions and your tip in the comment section down below on who you're backing between both All Stars sides as well. But without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, going to the Indigenous All Stars side first. So, at fullback, Latrell Mitchell. The wingers are Josh Adokar and Olafanya Kama-Pereira, while the centres are Hamisa Tabuai-Fidel and Katoni Staggs. The halves are Braden Trindle and Nico Hines, the Sharks combo there for 2024. The props are Shaq Mitchell and Josh Kerr, while the hooker is Kieran Mosley. And the back rows are Adam Elliott and Josh Curran, while the lock is Jermaine Hopgood. And the bench reads as Bailey Butler, Brian Kelly, Hahipa Puru, and Bailey Biondi Otto. And the reserves are Zach Fulton, Jordan Grant, and Kyle Lambert. But it doesn't matter, they'll play either way, I think. But looking at that team, it's pretty strong. Like, the backline's quick with a lot of skill and strength. The forwards are probably not as good, but you got guys like Shaq Mitchell who work hard. Josh Kerr does a job. Hopgood, Curran, and Elliott is a very impressive back row. So, not a bad team, and the bench is okay. With an interesting one, with not many forwards there, unfortunately. But, yeah, I think the main strength in this Indigenous All-Stars side is definitely their backline. Like, Latrell Mitchell playing will be huge for them. Nico Hines is always great in these games. Staggs and Hamiso Tabuai-Fidel in the centres is absolutely gun. And then you got speed on the wings like Adokar and Kama-Pereira. So if they can definitely attack. I think points should not be an issue for this Indigenous All Stars side. So yeah, that should be good. Now onto the Māori All Stars side. So their fullback is Jesse Arthurs. The wingers are Jojo Fafita and Adam Pompey. The centres are Dane Gagai, who does play for the Māori All Stars side for the first time since 2019. And then the halves are Cody Nikarima and Jerome Hughes, while the props are Royce Hunt and Leo Thompson, hooker Brandon Smith, back rowers Britton Nakora and Kenny Bromwich, and the lock is Joseph Tapani. And the bench is Jazz Tavago, Trey Mooney, Xavier Willison and Dylan Walker, while the reserves are Murray Martin, Jack Howarth and Keenan Palacia. So looking at this Māori All Stars side, it's obviously their forward pack that really gets me intrigued for this game, and how it's a lot better than the Indigenous side's pack. But I think the backline, though, obviously the Indigenous get them there, but yeah, I don't know, their backline's a bit weird to me. I don't really like that backline too much. I mean, I understand players pulled out and had to be pulled out for certain reasons, but I mean, I don't know, Jesse Arthurs for me is not a fullback, he's more of a winger or centre. And then you got Jojo Fafita and Adam Pompey, who are okay players, but definitely not, first grade standard players, I don't really reckon. And the centres are Dane Gagai and Matt Timoko, which is probably the strongest point of their team, I'd say. Probably the centres are the strongest point of their backline, and probably Jerome Hughes as their halfbacks, another strong thing going for them. But other than that, it's not the greatest backline. Their forward pack's good though, like Smith, Thompson, Hunt, Nikora, Bromwich and Tarpany. That's a very strong pack. and the bench is not too bad either. A bit of options for many positions to fill in for in that team. So yeah, I rate the Māori All Stars side too. Now onto my player watch for the All Stars now. So basically, it's my player that I'm keen for, and I really am going to keep a close eye on during this game. And yeah, just someone I really am looking forward to seeing how they do go. And that player is Matthew Tomoko from the Māori All Stars team. So the reason why I've gone with someone like Matt Tomoko is because I've always rated him. He's very underrated, isn't he, Matt Tomoko? Like, at Canberra, obviously, lost a few players coming into this season and definitely are looking a bit more thinner than ever. But I think Matt Tomoko is still a star player in that back line. He's a really good player. He's a really complete player, a really good player. I wouldn't be shocked if one day he does play for the Kiwis a bit more often. He's a very good player, very underrated, and I think he doesn't get enough hype and talk up as much as he should. I feel like he is definitely a top 5 centre on his day, in my opinion. Anyway, I really do rate Matt Tomoko a lot, and I think with this team that since a few players pulled out like Dale Martinez-Lesniak, and Joey Minor's not available and some others are out too. It's obviously, very, very different, this Māori All Stars backline, but obviously the star player, I think Gagai is obviously the most experienced and Hughes is most experienced in that backline, them two, but I think Matt Tomoko is the X factor in that backline that they need. I feel like he's that real goer, that real strong strength in their backline, if that makes sense. So I really do think Tomoko's a guy that's going to explode on Friday night. I do think he's my player to look forward to in this game. So that's who I am keen on, Matt Tomoko. Okay, on to my favourite positional battle of this game. So basically the favourite positions between both the opposite player and the other player is. And I think, there's a lot of good battles out there. Like, obviously, I think the lock positions will be interesting between both Joes Harpy and Jermaine Hopgood. Then the back rows of Brendan Cora and Adam Elliott could be okay too. And Josh Curran versus Kenny Bromwich. And the battle of the hookers, both Mosley and, well, it's not fair, but as well as Brandon Smith, but just an example anyway. But the one I'm looking forward to the most, and it's probably the most obvious one too, if I'm being honest, Nicho Hynes for the Indigenous side and Jerome Hughes for the Māori All Stars side. And the reason why I have these two as my favourite positional battle, the halfback battle, is because, I think these two are going to be the reason why both either side wins. I think if the Indigenous win, I think Nicho Hynes will be the main key part of why they win. And for the Māori All Stars, I think Jerome Hughes will be the main reason why they win, because they're both very instrumental players in their day. Hughes is a great organiser, great kicker, and a very good all-around leader. And as for Hynes, a very different player, like good organiser sometimes, but more of a off-the-cuff player, a bit more of a running player, a bit more of a, attacking player, a bit more attacking force than what Hughes is, I feel like sometimes. But I think they're very similar, but I think Hughes has a bit more better control than what Hynes does. But either way, I think whoever has the better game will get the result for their culture. So that's how I see it. Finally, on to my first try scorer and my anytime try scorer tips, as well as my prediction for the game. So, first try scorer, I am going with Jojo Fafita on the wing. Don't know why, but I just feel like someone that not many people expect will go in. And because Jojo Fafita is a winger, there's always a good chance that they'll score the first try nearly every game. So I think Fafita might go in early. Don't know what side he'll play on, but I just feel like that he'll get some good ball early and he'll crash over for a try in the opening few minutes. Jojo Fafita for first try. Anytime try scorers, going to go with also probably Tony Staggs. I reckon he'll score one at one stage. I like Brendan Cora too. I also like Brandon Smith out of dummy half. And lastly, I actually do like as well Hamisa Tabuai fit out for a try. And my final prediction, very tough one, but I'm going with the Indigenous to win. I wouldn't be shocked if it's a draw though. I'm just saying, I was very close to saying a draw because it's happened in the past. And funnily enough, it did happen back in 2021 as well at the same venue in Townsville, so at Queensland Country Bank Stadium. So could history repeat itself? I'm going to say no, but I just think it's that sort of game where it could be a draw yet again. But I do think Indigenous have the better backline, which I think will get them in the end and get them home. So I'll go with the Indigenous All Stars by 6 points, 22 points to 16. And I do think they'll get the result in the end, the Indigenous All Stars side. So that's my predictions right there for the game. And that's my preview all done and dusted. So thank you for watching. Please be sure to again like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And yeah, please do let me know your predictions in the comments down below. I would greatly appreciate that, and I'd love to see what everyone's backing for Friday night, because I think the All Stars is a terrific event. Shame players pull out and some are injured at the wrong time, unfortunately, but it's still a great event, and I'm looking forward to it yet again. But thank you for watching, and have a good one.